Welcome back, Radical fans. Today, as a follow-up to the video that I posted last week on the Hitter Pearl, we're going to do a little comparison. So we've got the Hitter Pearl, Hitter Solid. Just a quick refresher. The Hitter Core, 2.48 RG, 053 differential, and an 015 intermediate. We've got the utility solid cover stock on the Solid. We've got the utility with HK22 on the Pearl. Very good core, very good cover. This is probably one of my favorite cores. If I had to make a top 5, this core is in this. I love the motion of these balls. So I have both balls laid out relatively similar. They both have 55-degree drill angles, and they both have 20-degree valve angles. The difference is on the Solid, I went with a 5-inch pin. On the Pearl, I went with a 4.5-inch pin. Try to get just a little more flare out of the Pearl. For me, that seems to fit with my rev rate. I need to get these to rev up a little sooner. So we're going to get these balls out in a lane. We're going to do 5 shots with each ball. I'm going to throw the Solid, then the Pearl, Solid, then Pearl, standing in the same spot for each ball, and then moving as I see fit. Hope you enjoy the video. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if there's any further comparisons you want to see, or maybe there's something else you want me to try to do, and I'll try to make that happen. As always, have a great day. Wow, that's radical. All right, folks, here we are lane side. So we're going to go ahead and compare the Hitter Solid and the Hitter Pearl. Relatively same layouts. I think the Solid has a 5-inch pin and the Pearl has a 4.5-inch pin, but the drill angle are both 55 and the valves are both 55 or 20. So let's go ahead and we're going to go Solid first. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm basically going to throw 5 shots with each. I'm going to stand in the same spot for each, so hopefully you see the difference. So here we go. Start at the baseline, which with my drift, by the way, my baseline's 25. All right, so relatively good shot. You see the hitter's going to pick up early and roll longer. We should see the difference when we throw the Pearl. It's going to be a minute here to switch out thumbs. All right, here we go with the Pearl. So you should have been able to see on that shot, it went longer, had a little more defined movement on the back end to put pin in the pit. All right, so shot number 2 with the Solid. I'm going to move 2 boards left with my feet. All right, so you see how that one didn't quite pick up the way it should have. That's the difference in the Solid and Pearl. Being a relatively fresh shot, it's probably not ready to make that move, but for comparison reasons, we're going to go ahead and try it. So we're going to stand in the same spot we did with the Solid and see how the Pearl rolls. That should pick up. So you see how that one's going to get a little bit longer down the lane, and then it's going to pick up there at the end. All right, so same spot. Your feet are on 27. This is with the Solid. Oh, and we got the Messenger. How about that? So you can definitely see the difference between the solid and the pearl from that spot. The solid's going to want to pick up early and roll a little longer. But this core is definitely one of my favorite cores in the last couple of years that have come out. It's very predictable motion. You can use your layout and your surface to go ahead and fine tune that motion. So same spot with the pearl. Okay, so you can see with that I missed a little inside. So it's got plenty of length, but it's still adding that HK additive to the utility pearl. It still wants to dig in there and not just skid for 40 feet like a lot of your other cover stocks do. All right, so now we're going to move two more. So we're going to have our feet on 29 with the solid. See if I can carry. Oh, I can actually carry. Now I did get that one a little more out to the friction, but it still doesn't make that jerk like the pearl would do. So now here's the fun part is I'm going to put my feet on 29 again with the pearl, and I'm going to see if I can hit the same spot. All right, pick up. There we go. Now you can see that action at the back end was a little more definitive with the pearl, but that's also getting it down the lane a little further. So we're going to have a little fun with the last shot on both of them. So on the both of them, I'm going to try to play down and in with the last two shots with each ball. Okay, so again, because of my drift, I'm going to put my foot on 23, and I'm going to try to play right about second arrow. Okay, so you see the solid, I can play relatively straight, take a little hand out of it, and I still got enough on the back end to kick the corners out. I'm not sure what the pearl's going to do from here, so we're going to go ahead and throw it and see. So one last shot with the pearl, feet on 23. We're going to try to play second arrow. All right, so as you can see now, I did increase the ball speed a little bit, but you can play on the outside like that, and neither one really jumped off the friction as hard. And it could be because the pearl with that HK additive, it's actually digging in instead of storing all that energy. So there's my comparison. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, like, share, subscribe. Bring a friend, help me grow the channel. We can grow together. We'll see you on the lanes next time. Wow, that's radical.